Welcome to Yakushima. Thank you for joining our eco tour. I am Suzuki Kenta, your tour guide. I'm going to give you a short orientation before we start the tour. We will return to this office tomorrow evening. First of all, do you know what an eco tour is? On eco tours, people need to be more responsible for the environment. In other words, we need to be more careful not to damage the environment during the tour. Yakushima was registered as Japan's first natural World Heritage Site in 1993. Since then, the number of tourists has increased. We are very happy to have so many tourists, but this has caused some problems. For example, some tourists have stepped on fragile plants along the mountain paths. For this reason, I would like you to understand the meaning of eco-tour. Let's look at the land features of Yakushima. It is a round island, about 500 square kilometers in size, and covered with green forest. If you compare Yakushima with Tokyo or Osaka, you can understand its size. The island has over 40 mountains that are more than 1,000 meters high. That is why Yakushima is called the Alps of the Sea. The climate of Yakushima is warm and humid throughout the year. The average temperature is 20 degrees Celsius in the coastal areas and 15 degrees Celsius in the central areas. However, in winter, the temperature in the mountaintop areas can fall below zero, and these areas become covered with snow. Yakushima has a lot of rain, and it is said that it rains 35 days a month. The annual rainfall is about 4,500 millimeters in the low-lying areas. In the mountain areas, it is about 8,000 to 10,000 millimeters. That is why the humidity is high, about 73 to 75% on average. This climate has created a unique ecosystem on Yakushima. Now I will show you some pictures of the sites where we are going. The first one is Shiratani Unsuikyo Ravine. It has a dense forest with a thick carpet of moss. Have you seen the animated movie Princess Mononoke? When the director, Miyazaki Hayao, was making this movie, he was strongly inspired by this mysterious forest. The next one is Wilson's Stump, a great tree stump with a diameter of 4.39 meters. Does anyone know the reason why it is named Wilson's Stump? The name came from Dr. Ernest Wilson, a famous botanist. He was the first person to introduce the stump to the world. It is said that this tree was cut down in 1586 by order of Toyotomi Hideyoshi to build Hokoji Temple. The inside of the stump is empty, and you can go into it. Water flows out of the ground there. Last picture is of the Jomon cedar. It is one of the oldest and largest cedars on Yakushima. According to research, it is about 2,000 to 7,200 years old, and it is 25.4 meters in height and 5.2 meters in diameter. In the Edo period, people on Yakushima had less land to grow rice and often had a poor rice crop. So they began to cut down cedars to offer the boards as land tax or nengu instead. Lucky for us, some cedars were not cut because they were not suitable for making boards. They are now over 1,000 years old, and we can see some of them, including the Jomon cedar. Sadly, we must not get close to or touch the Jomon cedar because we might damage the roots. We can only look at the tree from a distance. This is a chance to think about the purpose of eco-tours. That's all for the orientation. Follow me and let's enjoy the beautiful scenery on Yakushima.